I wanted to talk about, of course, was Pope Francis's visit to the United States. This is the first time a pope has visited the United States and then addressed Congress. So I thought it was very interesting. I listened to both, and I didn't listen to the UN, but I listened to both of those speeches, and I found them to be especially interesting. Of course, we know that organized religion is in itself a means by which we control people's behaviors, thoughts, and feelings in order to elicit a particular response from them. Is this any different here? Not really, you guys. Other than I let you think and do whatever you want, and I follow your lead as opposed to me telling you what you should be doing. So, that being said, there is certainly the attitude of guys there. You know, is this in fact words that are coming from a place of intentional falsehood, or rebranding would be a better word. We're rebranding. So that's very popular right now. I know that a couple of institutions that have done that, and so they're taking their cue from masses of people and then telling them what they want to hear, but not changing the internal structure, ideology, or dogma and doctrine of that particular institution. And I think that that's true. That being said, each of us are individuals. Everybody is unique and special, and everybody's journey is unique and special. We are each of us anointed in our journey. I get the impression, the distinct impression from Francis, from Pope Francis, that his words are sincere. They are truly sincere. He's hoping to share what he perceives as a truth that will benefit the lives of many. In that regard, we are respectful, without a doubt. Without a doubt. Was there something that was said that was offensive? In fact, anything that might have been even conceived as offensive was very softly spoken. I'm concerned about the family, both internally and externally. You can take that a couple of different ways. I'm worried about the family internally and externally, because I'm very concerned with the internal and external journey, right? So, I mean, when we look at it that way and we listen to these thoughts and feelings that are being shared by the Vicar of Rome now, they are very different than things that have been shared in the past. They are also very in line with metaphysical thinking. How so? Very simply, the golden rule is solid, period. It is eternal and universal truth. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. This was mentioned more than once. Being compassionate towards the poor, being kind, being mindful, yeah? Didn't he say that? You feel like I need to really evaluate what kind of person I am and how I want to deal with other people in the world. Do I have an obligation and a responsibility for my brother and for my fellow man? We've talked about that. I gave a lesson on that just a couple months ago. Right? So this kind of thinking is very in line with our thinking. And one of the things that I would like to see us do as a group is to work on being respectful of other people's journeys. That doesn't mean that I embrace their ideas. It doesn't mean I approve of their institution, if you like to say it that way, or that I have taken on that belief system for myself. But I'm respectful of the fact that this is somebody's journey that is devoted, sincere, and living their faith. Living their faith. I have to say, there are many of us could be working on that. Could be working on that. When things get tough, when things get crazy, when things get hard, isn't that when you're supposed to be living your faith? Isn't that when you're supposed to use all those tools that now you've been given, so now you can actually work with them? Right? Sometimes we don't do that. We throw our hands in the air like we're on a roller coaster and go, ah! I have no idea what I'm doing.
Sound like that?
Like that. We sound like that. exactly what to do. I need to be quiet. I need to be calm. I need to focus. I need to breathe. So I think that Pope Francis is saying that to many, many Catholic people, and those that are not Catholic people. Be mindful of what you're doing. Be mindful of the way you're behaving. Look for opportunities to serve each other. Look for opportunities to be kind, to be compassionate, to be an example, to be a shining light in the world today. This is a very metaphysical thought. It is certainly something that we embrace as individuals in this world. Okay, so that's what I wanted to say about Pope Francis. Go Pope Francis. Okay. Yay! We like you. We like your little car. And
I want one of those.
It's a little car, but that in itself says a lot. That that somebody's willing to humble themselves in a very open way, in a very public way. So I think that's great. I think this belies or confirms what we all believe. The shift is occurring. The shift is occurring. So what happens? It's about personal evolution. So this particular pope is having a personal evolution. He feels very connected to people. He feels very connected to the universe. He really wants to make the world a better place. Hooray! That's what the shift is about. And each of us does that within the scope of our journey, within the scope of our path. So these events we see, we believe, I was going to say we think, we believe that they will be more common. That we'll see more progression in organized religion. And I like to say ancient organized religion, because we're all kind of organized. We kind of got here on time, but not really. And then this shift will be able to be manifested in a more physical way. We'll be more mindful about the poor. We'll be more mindful about the sick. We'll be changing the ideas that we have about, oh yeah, I give my $10, to the United Way, and that's what. No, that's not helping. That's not helping. Helping yourself to be an evolved, awakened being in the world, and looking for opportunities to serve and to help others. That's being evolved and awakened. And that's the way that things are moving, and we want to cheer anybody that's going in that direction. Other events that are occurring. So how many of us are aware that we have supermoon coming?
Tonight.
How many of us are, is it tonight? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And how many of us are aware that it's an eclipsed supermoon? Okay. What does that mean? What do we call that? Blood moon. Blood moon. So I've had a couple people reach out to me and say, what does that mean? Is it the end of the world? No, it was 23rd. The 23rd was the end of the world.
We missed
So,
it again.
we missed that one.
I missed the apocalypse.
I woke up on Wednesday and I said, Jesus, you left me here again. Foiled again. Foiled again. And so clearly we have more work to do. It's not over yet. It's not over yet. The fat lady has not sang. So, very interesting astrological phenomena. Does it affect us? Absolutely. Does anything that happen in the universe affect us? Absolutely. I would suggest you check it out. It's a rare event. It won't happen again for a really, really, really long time.
18 years.
So, some of us won't be around then.
Suzanne?
Wait.
What? Oh, sorry.
Curious, have you any idea what time?
I was just going to say.
10:47
will be
10:47.
Yeah.
Tonight?
will be the maximum effect.
Okay. So you'll be able to see it before then, but that will probably be when it's
Starts
completely
at 8 o'clock.
eclipsed.
It'll start at 8.
Tonight, right?
The maximum effect is going to be cloudy, so you're not going to see it.
No, it's not. No, it's not. You can't
It's
say that.
going to be great.
They've already decided it will not be cloudy.
Well,
How am I supposed to see it?
the jet stream. Okay, here's the deal with the meteorological aspect. A high cirrus shield is going to be in the area, and the jet stream is going to be dipping down a little bit. So those of you that have the special powers,
Honey, I am my own
be
dress
sure to
string.
clear the jet
Pushing
stream.
the clouds away from the moon. Yeah. go.
So
That's
8
deep.
o'clock
8 o'clock
starts,
begins.
starts the whole thing. So you can watch it as the shadow of the Earth affects the lunar disk.
Mhm.
And by 1047, the whole of Earth's shadow will cover the lunar disk, and then it'll start moving away.
And
So
all the
there you have
pollution-
it.
All the pollution in the planet will make it red.
Yes,
Yes.
Oh, really?
Also called the Hunter's Moon.
the Hunter's Moon. So it's certainly an event that most of us would like to watch.
And those of you that like working with energy, remember, 72 hours later, because of the effect, that's when the energy affects the cells of your body. So those of you that thinks while you're looking at it, that's when the energy work starts. No, that's a 72-hour lag. So
Okay, so the point that I'm trying to make with this is that yes, it will affect us, just like the moon affects the tides and
right.
everything else on the planet. Does it mean that it's going to be the end of the world?
No.
You know, it didn't happen on the 23rd. I don't know why it's going to happen tomorrow. But if it is the end of the world, you guys, guess what? There's nothing you can do about it.
Right?
What are you going to do?
well, remember,
Yeah.
ever since 2000,
Yeah.
it's the end of the
That's
world.
That's right.
So we've seen the end of the world 23 times.
That's it.
You know, I think the end of the world is a religion.
It is, well, what it does is it causes a certain amount of imminent choice. You know, some things, and this is something we should be doing every single day. Every morning when we wake up. I'm not going to say, oh, I need to do this, I need to be a good person now, it's the end of the world. No. You do that every morning when you wake up. You say, this is the beginning of a new day, I'm going to do everything that I can do to be a good person. You know, and then you don't care when the end of the world is, because it'll be when it will be.
It doesn't end, it just keeps evolving, just like everything else. Nothing ends.
Well, energy does not end.
Exactly.
It recycles itself.
I'm coming
It
back as
recycles
an amoeba.
itself. You're coming back as an amoeba.
Yeah, because I know that'll survive the end of the world.
There you go. Or a cockroach. You could be a cockroach. But, so this is, boy, we have gone far astray. And that's okay.
Hopes and amoebas.
Remember,
Hopes and amoebas, that's what we're talking about today.
well, remember too that God says He gives us each day.
Each day.
This day God has given you. What are you going to do with it?
Be
That's right.
thankful.
Rejoice. Enjoy each other.
Yeah.
Build each other up. Look for opportunities to exercise compassion and balance. Use the tools that you have achieved and learned in your life and your journey so far that serve you and your best and highest good. And celebrate others when you see that they're trying to do the same. That's the message for today. Is, you know, it's really easy to be critical and say, you know, that guy, or this one over here, or this chick, you know, it's so easy. No, it is. It is easy. But you know what? The reality is everybody is where they need to be moving forward. And when you see people that are reaching out to do more, to be better, to grow, and encourage others to do the same, that is something that I'm going to celebrate always. Always, always. Okay, so that's the message for today. Let's celebrate each other, celebrate those doing good, and I leave that with you with its blessing.